Some men break out of prison to find freedoms. Others do it because they've got nothing left to lose. The Rapacious Jailbreaker is a lean, relentless descent into desperation, where escape is only the beginning. Fueled by greed and hunted by past sins, our so-called hero tears through the world that's every bit as cold and unforgiving as the walls he left behind. There's no clean getaways here, only broken deals, blurred morals, and a growing body count. This is a story about what happens when the pursuit of freedom turns into something far more dangerous, a hunger that we can never be satisfied. Let's crack this one open. Number 108 in the Radiance range is The Rapacious Jailbreaker, a story about a man who continually fails in the eyes of his peers and his family and his wife. He's no saint. He is a character that does what he feels is necessary and is always self-sabotaging his plans. Almost, you see at the start, as we first meet him, as he gets into his crimes, he is impulsive. He doesn't really think through what he's doing. He is someone that just can't control his initial impulse, ending up in prison, finding it a place that he will not adjust to. There is a social constraint in life that he won't adjust to, and when he moves into the prison there is another set of rules that again he just will not conform towards. He always is fighting against the system, someone that never realises that some fights can never be won, and that's how he is always pushing the boundaries, always pushing the guards, the other prisoners, looking for weak points, escaping, finding himself going from one prison to another. He might get the physical escape, he might get some financial gain or emotional liberation, but pretty soon he'll either sabotage that himself or he'll get dragged back into this prison world by choices that are both asinine and just idiotic at times. This isn't a hero where you go along his journey, where you want him to escape, where you want him to find something new and feel like the system is pushing him down. This is a character that feels like he will never wake up, never take his responsibilities seriously, never take the blame for his actions. He's driven by greed constantly. Everything is about the want and the need. He never tries to do anything good. When even he breaks out of jail, he may help his sister for a little while, but it's not through the fact that she needs help. It's simply because it facilitates money going to her and to him in that situation.
3ヶ月の独居公金を済ませると、また第二工場へ降ろされた。
There's a constant repetition in this character's life because he never learns. He never grows. It's a weird main character to have because it's one that continually carries along the same beaten track, repeating history and never learning from it, which I loved. The setting of the jail in this one was great. The characters that he constantly meets and interacts with are fantastic. There are some good things about the character, his loyalty, his willing to back up his friends, his willingness to do what needs to be done, even if it is damaging himself throughout it. He's still willing to do it, and in those aspects he becomes a flawed anti-hero, but it's fleeting and far between.
くそ、死んでもええ。どうせもう20年狂っとるんじゃ。20年が30年になっても40年になっても。
There's a sense of inevitability within the whole film and the story, within the editing, within the filmmaking, the wonderful lighting, the environment that's created. There is a general sense of community, whether it be outside the world or within the prison. But again, our character just shirks it. He wants to just shake everything up. Never happy with the status quo, never happy with just getting by, always looking as to how the world has wronged him and how he can make it better for himself. You know, the film is violent and there are consequences to actions within this one, and the sequences that are later on in the film are bloody and impactful, quick, violent, and altogether showcasing his almost loss of humanisation at the end of it, which I really did like as well. Now, the ending, which I won't get into, feels inevitable. It feels like the beginning of the end of the repetition. The never-ending spiral that our character's going down. I thought it was great. I thought it had great characters. I thought it had a great setting. It had a great look about it. I loved the music in this one, which was really kind of very 70s heavy, but something that just kind of sparked interest within it, driving tension at the right moments, kind of lying down and creating an emotional core at certain points as well. It's another winner from Radiance, as you'd expect. Let's dive into the disc, have a look at the extras. Here we are in the disc for the Rapacious Jailbreaker. Let's go to the special features. First up, we've got an absolutely wonderful commentary by Nathan Stewart. And next we have Rule Breaker, an introduction to Sado Nakajima. In this visual essay, Japanese film historian Tom Mez looks at the long and varied career of director Sadao Nakajima, who is still best known for his 1970s Yakuza films. Created exclusively for Radiance in January 2025. It runs at 17 minutes. Now, I particularly love this because we're talking all about the director. I don't know much about him. When they place him in context of his contemporaries, it's some big names, and then it goes on to explain why. I thought it was a wonderful essay and has left me wanting to see more of his films. Also included is a 24-page booklet, which has Escape as a Vocation by Earl Jackson. A wonderful look at various movies where prisoners and prisons were key, and then moving on to how the Rapacious Jailbreaker was a little bit different and offered something a little bit more. Then we have a review of the Rapacious Jailbreaker from 1974, which is great. I love to get reviews of these films at the time they came out, and this one was terrific as well. That's the extras for the Rapacious Jailbreaker. The Rapacious Jailbreaker is out now. I would recommend picking it up. It's a very different kind of film. I enjoyed it immensely, even though it is bleak and shows a character who is full of self-destructing actions. It was still one that I would go back and watch again. See if I could pinpoint where this character could make changes, knowing full well that he will always make the wrong choice. But it's wonderful. The extras highlight this release and make it something definitely that you want to pick up. I would love to know your thoughts on the Rapacious colour, whether you loved it, hate it, fell somewhere in the middle. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my content. In the comment box below are links to Patreon, membership programme, manvfilm.com always, in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. See you next time.